Printing. Is it still on silent mode? It's pretty slow. Although maybe this is the base layer, I don't know. It's really messy here. No surprise. What I'm printing here is so this is the metal I want to use. Yes, it's for a project. And yes, I wanted to start 2 months ago, but I failed. So next week on Saturday, there's a DIY thing again. And I'll try to make something. If I'm not able to, I'm not even sure if I go. It's these strips. So they're quite annoying to get off, but so it's 3D printed thingies that will fit in these holes. I can add it like here. I'm gonna use the never used before thick magnets, and they will fit in between these thingies. So I can glue them properly, that's the idea. And I'm doubting now if... So damn it, I'll stop the print and redo these for the 10th time before I waste any more material. Okay, so now the next thing, I'm doing multiple things at the same time, which is... I don't know if that's smart, but I'll have to go to the ship. I'll have to make a new stretching jig, which I incredibly hate to do, but probably have to. Yeah. It's cold inside. Drill sounds a bit crunchy. Look, today my hands are even more insane coloring. Nice reddish, nice purple. I always had red hands, but this tops it, I think. This is a pretty long program, and I really hate very long programs because it's easy to make a mistake somewhere along the way, which I might have done. Who knows? So this is the easy part, and now the thing I don't know if it's gonna work, so that's gonna be tricky. It's my 4mm cutter, and now I need a ball nose 6mm, and I never use 6mm. Hardly ever. And also I don't use ball noses usually. It's also a tooth flute I never use. All this effort is for one thing. I don't want to use the router. I don't feel like having a lot of dust. 6mm collet. But I think I'll remove this part because it's gonna vibrate all over the place because it's not held down by anything. So this part. Oh fuck, that's a way of cutting yourself. Did I? Yes, of course I did. That looks like a massacre now. So this is the part I didn't do before, so I'll lower the feed rate first. This is gonna take forever. But I think that's fine because Al will be sitting inside. That looks finally okay. I have to jump on again. So, this will be my stretching frame. The roundovers look pretty good. If I did it correctly the first time, it would be even better, I think, but there's like slightly, well, it looks pretty good. So these rounded over corners are here, so it won't cut the mylar when stretching. And then it needs some weight, but it also needs roundovers on the backside, so hopefully this all fits. That looks pretty nice. Ooh, it might be too rounded over. You see? It's really round. That's fine. But I'm afraid the tire that goes around it will flop over rather easy. Well, nothing I can do about that. Now, question is, this also looks pretty good. That's nice. Wish it had a little bit of tighter fit, but it is what it is. I'm pretty pleased. Also, nice. Oh, this one is already in. This is cool. So I have to glue it all together. And I should have a stretching frame. Now the question is, of course there is some movement in this. Now when using a tire, and this would go a little bit like inward, the tire would compensate for that. Because if this goes inwards, the pressure is lower at this part. and it will equalize. I mean, air moves where it wants to go to equalize it. But I did make a kind of a stick that should be just be able to fit in here, like so. When stretching, and I could position it a little bit better, like so. So pretend the mitre is on the bottom side. I could still rub in the glue into the membrane if I wanted, and then remove it, or maybe not even use it. I don't know if it actually needs it, but this material cuts so nice, and I'm pretty pleased with my machine. I mean, it's not perfect, but for wood duties, especially the roundovers I did at more than 8 meters a minute on ball screws, and that's actually the reason why I chose this weird pitch ball screws. It could even go faster, I think, but I didn't dare to try. I mean, if it does fail at some point, it screws up the whole thing, because it doesn't know on its own where it is. Because I use steppers and not servos. And even then it will be pretty nasty. Yeah, cool. Next question would be, this is the tire stretched on my old jig. Should be able to fit this, I hope. I did calculate what this outer perimeter is in length, which I know I can stretch the tire to. And of course, this outer perimeter is kind of the same, maybe even a tiny bit less, so it should work without too much problems. Not even sure if that tire is not leaky. I hope not. Yeah, so this is nice, and I think I'll call it a day. I also made the plastic bits again and again until they were nice. So normally I made a complete jig out of material, expensive material, took years, and then it works or not. Now it's just 3D printed parts that are hardly visible, but there are packs here where you can put the magnets in, and it should not be too tight this time. Still tight, but I don't think it's too tight. It might be, who knows? I probably need to use it. Do I have more magnets here? I remember I threw it somewhere. So for instance, then I should be able to remove this. Well, it's not glued, of course, but okay, that works. Cool, because this doesn't take a lot of time to make if you got the dimensions correctly. I mean, it needs to be easy to take out a little bit, but also not too easy. and whatever. And I don't know how much support it needs. These are thick magnets, so it needs less support in between. But I'll print another few, of course. Yeah, it's a very cheap, nice cheap solution. Okay. I'm not sure if I end up with a complete project this time, but I'll film when I can, and if I need some speed, working speed, I might not record. Who knows? Anyhow, see you next time when not sure yet what I'll do next, but it was a good productive day, I think. See ya!